You're here to celebrate and honor this milestone in the lives of the class of 2013. Indeed, it is the encouragement and support of family and friends which makes this event so exceptional. We've all gathered today here in the dear chapel to individually recognize each graduate from Doctor of Optometry degree, to honor those who exceeded the high expectations we have for all of our graduates, and to share with you the fellowship of our faculty, the staff, alumni, family, and friends. To add to the fellowship that makes this occasion so special, I'd like to recognize several individuals who were instrumental in making this college such a vibrant institution, and also the profession of optometry such a noble career. I ask that each of these dignitaries stand as I call your name. I also ask that their audience refrain from the welcoming applause until all have been formally introduced. The president of the Illinois Optometric Association, Dr. Jeffrey Goodfellow, Jeffrey, and the executive director of the Illinois Optometric Association, Mr. Michael Horseman. We have a member of the Board of Optometry, Dr. Lloyd Meisner, and his wife, Lloyd, is from the class of 1948. Thank you for being here, Lloyd. Please welcome them all. At the heart of any fine institution's program is based on its faculty. ICO's faculty members bring their collective strength to provide grading teaching, services, and scholarly activities. I'm proud ICO has a long and rich history of excellence at its faculty. Faculty members, please rise to be recognized, and we applaud you for your outstanding contribution. If the faculty is the heart of an academic institution, the alumni have distinguished themselves as practitioners in career are the soul. Today, we are pleased to have representatives from the Illinois, from an ICO alumni council with us, and I ask that they stand to receive our appreciation. The commitment and expertise of the Illinois College of Optometry Board of Trustees is evident through their attention and oversight of the college's growth and development. I'm pleased to have them in attendance today and ask that they all stand to be recognized for their service to this great institution. And most of all, I want to thank all of you for being here today and helping celebrate as we honor all of our degree recipients. When I think about the class of 2013 journey at ICO, the first word I think about is change. The next word I think about is resilience. Very good slide. The last 2 years have been an exciting time in ICO's 41-year distinguished history. Together, we explored new opportunities and blazed the trail to generations of future optometrists to follow in your footsteps. Optometrists are now defined as physicians under both the Medicare and Medicaid Acts in Illinois. Optometrists have incorporated electronic health records that are in a pace more rapid than nearly all other health professions. 2 years ago, the Illinois College of Optometry launched the Strong Vision Outreach, a new opportunity for our doctoral students to work in the community to reach underserved patient population. As part of this effort, we started providing services at 2 federally qualified health centers. We also partnered with the Chicago Public Schools to establish what has already become the nation's largest school-based clinic. You should be proud to take the result. At CPS alone, you've been instrumental in providing needed eye care, patient care, to 13,000 CPS students, of which 75% received new placement classes. Today, funding also offers advanced care, including vision therapy and advanced diagnostics. Chicago Vision Outreach has touched so many lives, and we appreciate our input and resilience as we work to integrate this program as part of the college clinical training rotation. Change for good. Shortly after the launch of the Chicago Vision Outreach Program, the campus started transforming due to much needed renovations. The most significant was the complete overhaul of our primary lecture facility, which was originally built in 1985. It was completed with all that renovations in time for the start of your third professional year. Another change, but I think you'd agree it changed for the good. Your class was the first the opportunity to participate in a new course at the ICO, introducing outpatient surgical procedures for optometrists and laser utilization in eye care, a change for good. Last summer, any of you were here at Chicago, close to the 2012 American Optometric Association Conference to celebrate ICO's 140th anniversary at the largest event ever in ICO. It was a great success that night. This third year, you saw the process for the National Board Examination change. Instead of taking Part 3 clinical skills exams at ICO, you and all optometry students nationwide now travel to a single testing site, Charlotte, North Carolina. And you continue to knock the socks off this national board exam. Change for good. Now looking at your career as a doctor soon to begin. And there are more changes on the rise, undoubtedly will impact your practice. Implementation of the Affordable Care Act, the changing professional responsibilities of the scope of practices in optometry. You have the tools to address these changes and the resilience to adapt to the future of healthcare landscapes. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the ICO Board of Trustees, Dr. Richard S. Tatu. Dr. Tatu.
Thank you, Dr. Archberger. On behalf of the ICO Board of Trustees, I would like to offer congratulations to the class of 2013 and welcome your families, friends, and guests that are here to witness the milestone in your professional careers. While your academic and clinical work at ICO is now complete, I hope that you will always hold dear your time spent here and that you've also realized if this wonderful institution has had on your ultimate success in our beloved profession. It is now up to each of you to carry the rich traditions of those that have made this walk before you. I also urge you to remember that it will be incumbent upon you to give back to ICO so that others may follow your path. Congratulations. Another honor is being given today. The honorary degree, Dr. Humane Livens. To receive this distinguished award, the following criteria must be met. Local, state, or national involvement in organizations or causes which help ICO and or optometry. Personal contributions or significant involvement with ICO and or optometry. Active participation and leadership in our profession. Community involvement. Role in informing the public about ICO and or optometry. Honors and awards received. The recipient of this award meets all of the criteria and is unanimously approved by the Board of Trustees of the Illinois College of Optometry.
Thank you, Dr. Duke. Would the honorary candidate, please come forward? Over the years, the Illinois College of Optometry has recognized the coordinates of extraordinary honorary degree recipients at commencement speakers. This year's commencement speaker is certainly no exception. Our degree recipient today and our speaker today is someone we admire greatly and someone who has the insight to bring you words of inspiration on this important day. The Honorable United States Representative L. Tammy Duckworth is a distinguished member of Congress and a national hero. Representative Duckworth is in fact war veteran. He was one of the first women to fly combat missions during the Operation Iraqi Freedom. She was deployed to Iraq in 2004. This Black Hawk helicopter pilot with the Illinois National Guard. She lost both her legs and partial use of her right arm. Her helicopter sits high at an RPHT on November 12, 2004. She was wearing polycarbonate lenses under her visor that protected her eyesight. She credits Dr. Michelle Yerbaduch, an ICO alumnus, with saving her vision during the explosion. She was awarded the Comfort Combat Increase. Following her recovery, Representative Duckworth became the director of the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs. In Illinois, she worked to create schizophrenia for employers and retired veterans. She established the first 24/7 crisis hotline for veterans in the nation, and she developed innovative projects to improve veterans' access to housing and health care. In 2009, President Obama appointed Representative Duckworth to be the Assistant Secretary for Veterans Affairs. At the VA, Duckworth led an initiative to end homelessness among veterans. She was elected to Congress in 2012. I can tell you with great personal confidence that Representative Duckworth is firmly qualified to have bestowed on her the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Based on the recommendation of the Board of Trustees of the Illinois College of Optometry and by the power vested in me by the state of Illinois, I hereby proclaim the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters upon Tammy Duckworth. Congratulations. Let me call to the podium then our commencement speaker, Representative Tammy Duckworth.
Well, thank you, everyone. Wow, what an honor. So I'm going to take my glasses off to read, and you all know why. I'm about to explain it. Good afternoon, Board of Trustees, faculty, graduates, friends, and family members. It's truly an honor to be here today. Thank you, President Oxberger, for that very kind introduction and for inviting me to speak at this year's graduation ceremony. As a leading institution of optometry, your college provides a great service to Illinois, and I'm truly, personally, deeply grateful. You're responsible for a rich and intellectual tradition that's produced some of the greatest optometrists in the world. So when I was your age, about 25 years old, I was pursuing a PhD at Northern Illinois University. I was knee-deep in international affairs, political economy books, when I received the phone call that there was a flight spot opening at Fort Rucker, Alabama, because someone had canceled out all helicopter training, and could I make it down there in 72 hours? And worked for 2 years to prepare to fly helicopters for the Army, and I'm still astonished that I was entrusted to fly for our great nation and defend freedom and democracy around the world. I was humbled to serve, and leaving Chicago on that snowy day, which was in February, was no great loss, as I was headed to Alabama. It was the best decision I had ever made. Graduates, I encourage you to jump at opportunities just like I did. Hopefully you're having one in 72 hours notice, but don't hesitate when the path ahead seems daunting. My advice to you is to get out of your own way. Don't be afraid to take chances, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Your life is going to go through ups and downs and take you down paths you would never expect it. Well, it's not been easy since I was injured. I've done things now since my injury that I would not have dreamed of doing. I've completed marathons, mostly because I gave them promise in my hospital bed, where this crazy woman came and said, "You're going to do the Chicago Marathon one day." And I remember thinking, I'm pretty sure I'm heavily medicated right now. But this woman just said, "I'm going to do a marathon." And I, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair. So she was right. She's a patient advocate. I ran for Congress, and I've had a great opportunity to advocate for millions of veterans. But just as I have found success, I have also found devastating failure. I lost my run for Congress in 2006, something I worked so hard for, and I locked myself up in my bathroom and cried for 3 days in the bathtub, because it was the only place that my cell phone did not ring, with people saying, "Oh, you did a great job, I'm so sorry, but way to rough-make the run." I was devastated. I probably should have just dropped the phone in the tub, water, because then I would not have to hang out in the bathroom for 3 days, because I wasn't thinking straight. But those failures just opened other doors. Because I failed in my run for Congress, I was able to then go on to work full-time on behalf of veterans. You know, that's why I really learned that I needed to get out my own way to see how much I could truly accomplish. You know, I know that you've already shown your ability to take on opportunities, just like being here today and what you've accomplished. You've made the great decision to study at the Illinois College of Optometry. And I know that at this point seems like second nature to you. But think about what you have committed your life to doing. You have dedicated your lives to helping others. I'm going to tell the story about Dr. Michelle and how she saved my eyes. I lived out at the Calvin, Illinois for a long time, but she spent my long time of optometrist. And when I got that call that I was going to be deployed to Iraq, I went to see her because I am really hard in my classes. I break them all the time. I lose them, I leave them behind, I crunch them all the time. So I always was back at least 6 months or so getting new classes, since I was just horrible with them. And then I went to her and I said, I just need to get in some cheap classes, a bunch of pairs of them, and one at combat. They're going to break anyway, and I'd rather go with about 6 different pairs of have a whole bunch of backups. And she said, "What are you going to be doing?" I said, "Well, I'm going to be flying combat missions as my helicopter." And I've been wearing very thin frames because it fit better underneath my helmet. They're more comfortable. And then she said, "You're going to get this type of lens, and you're going to get titanium frames, and you're going to like it." And I thought, "See a minute, I'm the customer here." But she says, "No, this is what you're going to go with, because I like your eyes protected in case something happened." I said, "No, I'm here, a ballistic face shield on my helmet. It's supposed to help stop bullets. I'll be fine." She said, "No, this is what you're going to go." And she insisted. And because we had built up a trust and a friendship over the years of me being the patient and her always listening to me and as working with me, I went ahead and bought the one pair instead of the 6 that I wanted and went off to combat with them. On the day that I was shot down, the rocket with a grenade exploded in my lap, literally in my lap. The blast vaporized my right leg, took off my left, took off most of my right arm, and the fireball rose up in front of my face. My entire cockpit was wiped out, my avionics, everything, from the sheer force of the blast. I was later told that when they went back to get my equipment and when they blew me out, my ballistic face shield had been broken into 3 pieces. The shrapnel had penetrated through the face shield and into my face. And I now, to this day, have shrapnel all around my eye sockets, but not a single one penetrated my glasses. Had she listened to me and given me what I wanted initially, I would be blind today. But because she's provided the polycarbonate lenses and because she insisted that I get the best that I could afford, she saved my eyesight. But the story doesn't end there. When I was in the hospital and I woke up after being in a medically induced coma, I was disoriented. My glasses had been broken, and I actually showed them to me. They had shrapnel penetrating into the lens, but not all the way through. I was disoriented. I was scared. I was in pain. I was highly medicated. Everything was out of focus. And I had all of these documents coming through talking about my medical condition, and I just saw blurs of people talking to me. And it just made my discomfort even greater if it could have been. And my husband said to the hey, I just need to get her some glasses. Is there a place where we can get her? Can Walter we provide her glasses? And they said, well, it'll take probably about 3 to 4 weeks. He says, she's in pain, she's in the ICU, we need to do something. And that was what the Army said. And so what he did was he picked up the phone and he called Dr. Michelle. I had new glasses overnighted to me. She personally made sure they got me. She personally made sure that they were mailed to me overnighted. And the next day I had a pair of glasses that eased my comfort, gave me comfort and eased my pain. And it seems like a little thing, but it was so big. It may not even taken a lot of her time, but her dedications and her patience, the dedication that she learned here, that you learned here, that she developed over a lifetime of service to her patients, made everything different for me and made everything more manageable. And so I thank you, and I hope you join that great tradition. You know, I believe that all Americans should have access to health and eye care in this country. All Americans deserve the highest quality care, the kind of care that you have been trained to provide here. Our country needs your expertise that you have learned, and we also need your dedication to caring for others. In the coming days, you will undoubtedly reflect on your experiences while studying here. I encourage you to reflect on the relationships you've nurtured, the skills you've developed, and all that you've learned. I also encourage you to never overlook the assignment, because it's really easy to make the big decisions of life. In the Army, it's really easy to say, take that hill, fight back in the ambush, but it's the day-to-day decisions, the tough challenges that I find are the most difficult. The Dr. Michelle who had to tell a patient, no, this is what you're going to need. I know what you want, and if you want to go to another doctor, you can, but this is what you will need, and this is really what is going to be best for you in the conditions you're looking under, and sticking to her guns, because she made all the difference. Those are moments that you're going to face, those everyday decisions, when nobody is watching, and there's nobody to congratulate you, and there's nobody to give you the attaboys, but you're going to do it because you know that it is the right thing. And I thank you in advance for your future patients for that. I'm going to end by saying that your decision to study optometry will serve this country in ways you can't imagine. We need leaders and good doctors like you to ensure that all Americans are able to have quality care that they deserve. You've made a commitment, and I am here to tell you that it is a commitment and well made. Congratulations, graduates, best wishes, and thank you for choosing this profession. Good morning. Today really is a day for celebration. Graduates, I know that you're ready to celebrate this milestone and all of the hard work and sacrifice that went into reaching it. In fact, I suspect that you've been celebrating pretty hard for most of this past week, and I offer my congratulations to each of you. As you celebrate, please remember all of those who have made this day possible for you. This, of course, includes your family and friends who have offered their unconditional love and support throughout the past 4 years. I personally want to thank each of them for all they have provided you. It also is appropriate to celebrate the many contributions that your faculty has made toward your professional development. I am confident that their influence will stay with you throughout your careers, and I am grateful to count myself among you. We are all so proud of your many accomplishments. You have excelled in the classroom, throughout the national board examinations, and in patient care. In addition, you have distinguished yourselves by the service that you have offered to our community and throughout the world. It is often said that much is expected from those to whom much has been given, and you have truly lived up to this expectation. I hope that each of you will continue this legacy into the future, be it for participation in organized optometry, community volunteerism, donation of eye care services to those in need at home and abroad, or through government or military service. I fully expect that members of the class of 2013 will continue to make a positive impact in our communities for many years to come. It is now my honor to congratulate Ms. Ashley A. Rail on the achievement of class valedictorian. Ashley, please be forward.
Fine. We can move it.
Well,
Will the class of 2013 please rise? Remove your caps. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. Before God in this assembly, I solemnly pledge that I will faithfully and conscientiously administer the art and science of optometry. I will keep in mind that all confidence is entrusted to me as a practitioner. And conduct all doctor-patient relationships in an ethical and professional manner. I will place the treatment of all who need vision care above financial consideration. I will uphold and promote the ideals of the optometric profession. I will do all in my power to my knowledge of optometry. And increase the extent of my contribution to the health and welfare of society. I will render to the best of my ability the state optometric service. I will do my utmost to serve my country and my community faithfully as an optometrist and as a citizen. I will strive by action and need to honor the title bestowed upon me this day. With firm resolution of purpose and high resolve, I proudly dedicate my work to the betterment of human vision and my life to the service of humanity. And may God watch over me and keep me steadfast in the due performance of this my solemn oath and obligation. Please be seated.
Good mouth.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Mark Collin. This is truly a great day at the class 2013, family members, friends, and for the Illinois College of Optometry. To the family members and friends gathered here to witness the fitting of these fine young doctors, I'd like to offer you a special welcome. By your very presence here today, clearly you played a meaningful and significant role in the success of these young doctors, and I'm sure that you're rightfully proud. Your support has meant a lot, and for this we thank you. Perhaps it'd be appropriate right now for the members in the class of 2013 to collectively stand and turn around and express your appreciation to your families and friends by allowing them a round of applause for all their support. Thank you. That's what I like. Page of fun. Now I'm going to share some data on the class of 2013. There are 159 members in this class. It's noteworthy that 922 applicants competed to occupy each one of these coveted seats here in this class. Please never forget the wonderful privilege you earned to be here. The class is 62% female. They hail from 28 states and 5 Canadian provinces. 34% of the members of this class are graduated with high honors. We're aware that 30% of the class will be going on for further study as they enter postdoctoral residency education program. This was a record high for anyone to come to Optometry. On Wednesday, we recognized many leaders and high achievers in the class of 2013 and distributed approximately $200,000 in scholarships and awards. The award recipients' name and their award to recognize in the credit program. As the members of the class in 2013 have learned, the road to becoming a doctor is certainly not an easy one. Then again, nothing worthwhile against. You have each to be congratulated for your tremendous accomplishment, and I welcome you into our wonderful profession. On behalf of everyone at the college, we wish you well and for success in all that you do. And now, I'd like to ask President Augsburger and Deep Besner to join me on the stage. Well, and with the first 2 rows of candidates with degree in Doctor of Optometry, please stand and approach the stage. And just I would like to ask the audience to please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Right. Graduating summa cum laude, Nicholas James Blasko, and will be fitted by his father, Dr. James Blasko, ICU class 1986. Michael Wong. He will be fitted by his sister, Dr. Grace Ann, ICU class 2006. Leanne C. McBean. Alana Ray Ochi. Vishal Patel. Amy L. Edness. Ashley A. Brett. Derek Zayda Obokov. Graduating magna cum laude. Valerie Marie Bell.
It is. And
Betsy L. Barrington. She'll be fitted by her sister, Dr. Jill Germain, ICU class of 2007. Jennifer W. Chu. Keaton C. Gordon. Jennifer W. G. Lori Elizabeth Howland. Balanjot or Ben Angst. Nicholas J. Olbarning. John K. Rohit Patel. Bimal S. Patel, as a befitted by his sister, Dr. Rita Patel, ICU class of 1999. Jennifer Lynn Redmond. Adam R. Riston. Joshua Lee Robinson. Caitlin Ann Sapoznik. Graduating cum laude. Matthew K. Henderson. Megan M. Andrews. Moran Baton. Aladistine Bump. Peter Richard Falk. Candace Hines Houghton. John Baum Ichishida. 8. Robert J. Klegler. Joseph I. Lee. Stephanie Daniel McKinney. David Martin McIntosh. Danielle Julian S. Waltham. Christina Ellen Newman. Miley Winnett. Molly O'Shaughnessy. Gemma Kashboom Patel. Visha K. Patel. Radhika Patel. Trisha Patel. Neem Patel Absar. Kindred C. Fuller. Ashley Marie Brett. Jessica Emily Rodriguez. Christina Sherman. David Simpson. And Cheetah M. Singla. Aladia Victoria Solianson. Robert Sue Wu. Stephen Xingye Wang. Cassandra Marie Wedeking. Lindsay Weavers. Lori B. Zentat. Charlotte Dingle Navlet. It should be voted by her spouse, Dr. Eric Navlet, ICU class 2011. Yasul Yashtam S. Allah. Caitlin Renee Allnumber. Katarzyna L. Aleszczyk. Nadia Andrejchuk. Joseph Patrick Aust. Tristan Bigatka, and he'll be footed with his brother, Dr. Brandon Bigatka, ICU class 2009. Angela L. Benkesser. Ural Badna. Jordan Todd Bierman. Pellet Brandon Org. Todd C. Brown. Brenna Rose Campbell. Razazan Unbi Cham. Matthew P. Clark. Ryan J. Keir. Katie M. Hooper. Bijou Dessat. Alwyn Edikadusium. Melissa A. Elwa. Elizabeth Ann I. Jared J. Fairbanks. Jennifer L. Fairbanks. Ambreen Felix. Alyssa Fasano. Tyrone John Davis II. Nimisha Gana. Catherine R. Hasty. Kensington A. Hatman.
Both.
Joshua J. Kine. Agent J. Airy. Betty O. Laura T. Hunt. Jessica Renee Eisenhart. Sarah G. Kaur. Tracy Kingsolver. Kyle D. Ludy. Ellen Rachel Kozo. Natasha Prisonowski. Alan William Labra.
So. That is it.
Manel Alamin. Mark Todd Landis. Catherine Mary Lenz.
Like,
Grants Leplex.
okay.
Lily Lee. Jessica Lynn. Christine Maywa Lum. Nida Malmet. Nicole Lee Mardo. Eric P. Martin. Laura Martinez. Lauren Danielle Mattsdorf. Should be written by her aunt, Dr. Susan Teddy, ICU class of 1987. Hope. Dustin McGill. Brittany Jeanette McMurray. Grace Perrin.
Okay.
And Michael Christopher Minder.
And
Ina Joy Miller.
still.
Crystal Miller. Sarah Obamani. Sepida S. Mosaidi.
Yeah.
But Tina Najat is Danny E. DeWitt. Quine Wynn. Rayanne Marie North.
That's
Adetola Oketin. Michael Osterhamber. Kyle Audis, and he'll be booted by his father, Dr. Guy Audis, in ICU classes 1980. Angela C. Canopy. Anne Marie Hallmark. Christina Partida. Gary H. Partnell. Charmy M. Littell. Nayan R. Patel. Priya K. Patel. Gregory Robert Perez. Eric Michael Raitula. Lori Clement.
Is
Eric Michael Raitula. Amelia A. Robb. Andrew Rollerell. Carly Rose.
Annabelle.
Hillary Lundahl Weiss, and she'll be fitted by her pupil, Dr. Robert Lundahl, ICO class of 1981. Umpreet Singh. Matthew John Errol Sipala. He'll be fitted by his father, Dr. Donna Sipala, ICO class of 1973. Chad R. Slate. Nilufar Sultanier. Marcia Christine Sortix. David A. Span. Andrew Thomas Steinhauer. Will be voted by his father, Dr. Thomas Steinhauer, in ICU class 1980.
I had to.
Ashley Strurosen. Aaron Jot for Takar. Neil Kibrit Tukrar. Juan Harry Woody Joseph Train. Christine Nat Trin.
Becky.
Zachary William Lee. Jillian Mary Weir. Megan Marie Westerbrand. Lauren Patricia Wojcik, and she'll be fitted by her father, Dr. Richard Wojcik, ICO class 1975. Denise Waylam Nutt. Monica Ricky. Pauline Buisson.
This. With the.
Ryan Yap. Becky Young. Jian Yu. Jacob J. Zanina. And I would like to ask the audience to please hold your applause until both Dean Mesner and President Augsburger have proclaimed it great death. She and two. And it
Daddy.
but
I did.
good.
Will the candidates please stand? President Augsburger, upon recommendation of the faculty, the candidates for the degree Doctor of Optometry have pursued their prescribed studies diligently, have passed all required examinations, and have demonstrated commendable proficiency in the art and science of optometry. I therefore recommend that the degree Doctor of Optometry be conferred upon them at this time.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, the Illinois College of Optometry, by the state of Illinois, I hereby confer to those so named degree Doctor of Optometry with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
And what is it? The cost of
Just 52. That's a that.
what was in the tank?
Dude, stated.
The position. As president of the Illinois College of Optometry, the Left Council, and on behalf of its 8,000 plus members, I would like to congratulate your momentous achievement and welcome you as our newest members. ICO has certainly prepared you with the finest optometric education available, and you possess the tools to be an excellent practitioner who makes a profound difference in the lives of each patient you treat. As you launch your optometric career, you will find that you will reflect upon your years at ICO and realize that the foundation your college has given you is truly priceless. Your 4 years spent in ICO's halls and clinics, working, studying, examining, and being examined, have been a wonderful journey that will remain a significant part of you. May you always look to ICO with a smile and a fondness that guides you back to visit and stay engaged, not only with your classmates, but with the many other colleagues you have yet to meet who traveled this path before you. That's what your Alumni Association is all about. Your education does not stop with your hard-earned diploma. This is just the beginning of a lifetime of learning and successes. The Alumni Association is here to assist you in achieving your goals and benchmarks. Please remember and take it to heart. Your fellow ICO alums wish you all the blessings for a long, prosperous career and are here to support and sustain. Thank you, congratulations, and enjoy practicing optometry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your participation in this commencement. Certainly, I'd like to thank our speaker, Congresswoman Tammy Duckworth, as well as the many individuals who work so diligently each year to make this a wonderful event that it is. Following the ceremony, everyone's invited to a reception at the High Boys Hall right across the street. To our graduates, your hard work with us is complete. Before you get the weeks the beginning of your professional career, and undoubtedly more challenging. But you're ready for the training. On my best wishes, Dr. McCall, policy about it. Now I'm pleased to introduce the graduate and faculty of course to lead us in the alma mater. Please stand, remain standing with benediction. Please do. Red. Then speak. If they. Mr. Man, right? Yeah, good. Oh, shit, it's all. What the dinner? Get it down. Hey, Bill.
Please turn to their counts. May the most holy God grant us thirst for knowledge, wisdom in our decisions, strength for the challenging times, and a commitment to seek the truth. May be grateful for the knowledge and skills we have gained and a privilege of using them to serve others. May we see the world through the eyes of God's compassion, listen to the concerns of those who suffer, and respond with care and hope. May God hold us in the palm of his hand, give us peace today and always. Amen. The audience may be seated for the recession while the new doctors remain standing. Thank you. Yes.